Hope, are you chasing those goats? So, this morning I was taking the kids to school and I passed by and this gate was open and all of the goats who do not currently have nursing kids were out eating the grass around the new greenhouse. And I was like, well, we're definitely gonna need to make sure that doesn't happen when there's a garden growing here. Yeah, Anna's looking super wide. Look at her, bless her little heart. Hey. Oh, she's like, I'm not ready for my close-up. So I left you guys last time when Nestle was getting ready to have kids. I told you that I noticed she was in labor out in the yard. And she did. I had a doctor's appointment. She did proceed to have, well, we thought 2 kids. We thought she just had these 2 little brown babies. One was buckling, one was a doeling. And Jeremiah had gone out and he texted me and said, hey, she had 2 kids. She's past her afterbirth. She's cleaning it up. All is well. You know, he did the aftercare. Well, I got home that evening and went out, got a look at her. Okay, I didn't like make her stand up or anything like that. He'd already taken care of it, so I just let her rest. Well, we came out the next morning and there was a 3rd kid. So she must have had it after he checked on her. I don't know what the deal is with her having had the afterbirth, but this is what happens whenever you let them kid in the field. So she actually had triplets. And I'm coming out here now to look at the little, it's a little really cute black moon spotted baby. She's been out here hanging out underneath this tree. Hey mama. Hey little mama. Hey little cutie. Look at that baby. Gosh. They all have got some poopy butts. Hey, all her babies have spots this year. Look at that baby. Hi, are you spotted like mommy? Are you spotted like mommy? That's the buckling. There's the little doeling who has a little belt and is also moon spotted. Yes, you had some pretty kids, girly. You have some beautiful babies. Oh no, that one pooped on the other one's head. Ugh. Everybody's getting ragged down today once it's warmer out. It's a little chilly right now. I don't want to get them wet. Good job, mama. Good job. Those may be some of the prettiest kids we've had born. This little black moon spotted doeling is so pretty. You are pretty. You are pretty. This has been fun. It's been a fun year of kidding. It's been really beautiful out. It's nice and warmish. It's a little chilly this morning. I mean, compared to how it's been. But all of them are doing really well. Oh my goodness. Hope is giving Helen a hardcore bath. Her head is soaking wet. You getting her clean, girl? One thing I've noticed that was really interesting is my does are just making so much milk, which I'm not fully milking any of them out. I'm just milking some to kind of alleviate engorgement, and then like where some of them are getting nursed very unevenly, the ones that have a single kid, kind of to help that. But I guess it's having such a big pasture and access to so much more. They're producing a lot more than they did when we were in Arkansas. You know, I'm not really sure that Honor got bred. She's the one who had like a weird case of mastitis, even though she was dry. When we put her on this big pasture, she kind of started producing milk again, and we had to treat that pretty extensively. And I don't know that she got bred during that time, so we'll wait and see on her. And then all of these little mamas with their babies. So I'm really just waiting on Anna, Maggie, and then Winona, because I know those 3 are pregnant. Winona doesn't look super close. I'm gonna keep a very close eye on Anna, because I think she's probably gonna be very soon. Oh, here's a quick peek. Several of you have asked about this. My little plastic interim greenhouse. We ended up securing this by putting blocks all the way around the bottom, by putting T-posts on the side, and then we've got to get some cords. We're gonna take some cords and run them over the top, and then zip tie this and connect it So in here right now, whew, I need to go find the thermometer. I bought a thermometer for this. I put it out here yet because I just put these seeds in here yesterday. And it's definitely warm enough for germination in here. And I've got my pepper seeds and my tomatoes. Now, if you've never been with me through seed starting before, the way that I start my tomatoes is I'll put 5 to 20 seeds in one of these pots, and then when they all sprout and get their first leaves, I'll separate them out. So my hope was to get these started in here, and they'll sprout in here, and then once my window greenhouse is done, I can up pot them all in there. Oh, it feels good in there. So eventually I'll have to be very vigilant once I have sprouts, because it being too hot, it'll dry them up and kill them. Now right now, it's not too hot in there. I want it warm for germination, so it's fine. It's also cooler today than it's been the last couple of days. All right, my morning stuff is done, and I'm actually headed to town to a store. It's a nursery called Wingard's, and they're having some sort of event today for spring, and I'm meeting my friends Chastity and Jessie there, and I'm gonna buy some plants. Not a lot of plants. I don't really have a place to put everything, but I might buy a few just for spring's sake. Y'all want to see something funny? Do you remember the sticker? Can you see it? Maya's my homeboy. My brother drew that sticker. It was on one of our releases when he was our artist, and I have a little stack of them, and I saved them, and I put them on everything. Everything that I have has this sticker on it. It's not available anymore. We do everything in limited releases. This one's available. Katie and Bear. All of my bottles have my stickers on it. It's a fun conversation starter. All right, guys. Here's a little nursery visit for you northern folks who are still in the throes of winter. Say hi. Met Chastity and Jessie here. Hey, guys. What's up? Say hey. They're used to being on camera. They have a YouTube channel also, which I will link below, Willow Brick Homestead. Yeah, and like this nursery Wingard's is celebrating that they like got a lot of their stock in, and kind of just doing like a Hello Spring event. There's a lot of beautiful stuff here. I think in the winter, like obviously I miss my garden, but like I really miss nurseries. I miss coming and just walking around all the beautiful plants. And I've already walked through here and seen a few things that I wanted, but I had to go get a cart. So I'm thinking of getting one of these passion flowers, which do really well here and go like kind of bonkers. And I think it may be warm enough here for these to actually fruit. I'm gonna do it. Oh, ice plant. These are so pretty.
Yeah, they are. I'm
Yeah.
gonna rip up all our front bushes.
Yeah.
And like do better landscaping and
Where it's
things
pretty.
like that.
We were just discussing how neither of us know where we're gonna put the things that we're buying today, but it's like the motivation to get spaces ready, right? I mean, as if I'm not motivated enough. You found it. Oh, good.
I thought it was lighter than that. But who doesn't need a dragon head in their garden?
I know. I mean, I'm feeling it. And those gargoyles, those are pretty cool. My grandmother had this gargoyle in her house that sat on the thing, and she got it in like on a trip she went on, and you rubbed the head of it. So I came into the houseplants building, which I don't need any more houseplants. I have quite a few, but I thought you guys might appreciate this. Look at these beautiful elephant ears. Oh, to be surrounded by green life. Chastity and I both killed our fiddle leaf figs last week, so yeah. The same way. All right, I want to show you all the cool things, but I'm almost out of battery. So they have a really neat herb selection, and I'm gonna grab some more herb plants to put in one of my green stalk planters. Like, look at this elven thyme. No, this one's not. That's pink chintz. And that's elven thyme. Look at that. Isn't that so cool? I wonder how much it would spread. We're gonna try it. We're gonna get one that has a lot in it. This. And this is, I think, pineapple sage, golden delicious pineapple sage. Pineapple sage gets huge and it's so fragrant. So I want to warn you guys, you're going to go to garden centers before your last frost date, and they're going to have stuff for sale that is not safe to plant outside if it may freeze. And you're gonna have to use your smart brain or else you're gonna buy that twice because it's gonna die and you're gonna have to go get another one. So make sure you check before you plant anything out. Like thyme, frost hardy, it can go out. I saw some summer squash up at the front and I was like, oh dang, well, if people buy that and plant that in their garden now, they're gonna come buy it again because it will die. Oh, dill. I wanna get some dill. Not a whole lot, but I'd like to have some of that established. I've got some seeds I'll probably sow. Usually I like to sow that when it's like fall, but I'm gonna get some of these so that when my cucumbers come on, I can make pickles. Bye guys. All right, so it's the next day, but my camera did end up dying at the garden center and I wanted to show you guys what I bought. I've got stuff sitting out. It's gonna rain here in a little bit and I just need to plant most of this stuff in these garden beds. So I ended up buying some lettuce starts. I haven't had a good secure place to start seeds. I normally start seeds for like lettuce for my green stalk in my house before it's time to plant them out. But I have cats in my house. I don't have a secure place that I can keep the cats away from the seeds. And I wasn't able to start seeds ahead of time. So I bought a flat of started lettuce plants. It was $19 for a flat, which mostly filled this green stalk, as you can see. So obviously this would have been a lot cheaper to grow from a package of seeds, but even still at $19 for as many salads that I'll be able to get out of this, compared to buying organic salad greens for like $6 for the clamshell thing. This was still the better value. So I've got my green stalk planted. I really like growing salad greens in the green stalk because they stick out and they stay clean, so they don't get a ton of splashback. I'm gonna plant some of these herbs, like I got this parsley. Some of these are gonna go in the beds. Like here's some fennel, it smells so good. And the dill, I'll probably put both of these in the beds. Actually, I'll probably put the parsley in the bed too. I might end up moving these green stalks once we get the garden set up in the front. So I'm thinking the oregano, the pineapple sage, and this cool little elfin thyme will all go in the green stalks, and these other things are gonna go in the beds. Honestly, it could all go in the green stalk. It could all go in the bed. That's just how I want to do it. So one little word of advice when it comes to buying started herbs. Usually nurseries carry the national brand. Like I think here there's Bonnie plants. A lot of times you'll see Burpee plants, I think. And usually for like a pot of those is like $5 or something. Sometimes it's more than that. But a locally owned nursery will have plants from other providers. And like this, I'm trying to see who started this. This isn't a Bonnie plant. I don't know, maybe this is theirs. I don't see a name brand on the label. But these were cheaper. They were just like a few dollars. And I've even bought herb plants for just like a couple of bucks when it's not an off-brand, it's just a local brand. And I think that the nurseries are just buying those big name brand plants and they're probably just paying more for them because they are one of the biggest providers, so they have to mark them up. And I've found if you are able to find locally started plants, you can save money. This was probably my most exciting find. No, there's another thing I was also very excited about, but this is a bay laurel. So bay leaves that you cook with, that's what this is. I had one of these in Arkansas and I accidentally let it get frozen. So I'm thinking I'm gonna put this in a really big pot and I'm probably gonna keep it up like in my high tunnel or around my high tunnel where it can easily be put in the high tunnel and protected in the winter, or maybe even brought in the house. But I was really excited about that. Those can get really big. But bay leaves, that's nice to grow at home. Bay leaves are good for cooking and they're a pretty integral part of like Louisiana cooking. I'm from Arkansas, but have roots in Louisiana. And so like we mentioned eating dirty rice, and I had a few people Google how to make dirty rice like in the UK and like places that I've never even heard of that. That's kind of a southern thing. That's Louisiana roots. But bay leaf is kind of a big deal in that. But also bay is good to put in if you're storing food like dry flour. Putting bay leaves in your flour to store it it helps, I might get this wrong, but I'm pretty sure what it does is it helps inhibit the hatch and growth of any eggs. And this is probably maybe too much for some of you who've never gotten into like the prepping world where you actually like store a lot of dry goods, but a lot of the flours and rices and grains and the different things that we purchase from the store, they have eggs in them. That's just, it just is what it is. And so a lot of times people freeze those, but for long time storage, a lot of times those eggs will hatch, and bay inhibits the growth of that. So now that those of you who are not familiar with that are freaked out, let's talk about this pitcher plant. Look at this cool little guy. So this is actually a house plant, and I just hung it out here. So I'll bring it back in the house here. I need to repot it. That's why I left it out here. And then here's my passion flower that I left in the pot because I'm thinking I'm going to plant it here in the corner of this raised bed and let it go up and go all over here on this little pergola thing. But I left that in the pot also because it's still going to freeze here. So I'm going to end up sticking that probably in this little greenhouse. I don't know, I might just bring it back in the house. My seedlings still haven't sprouted. So does anyone else check their seedlings like 17 times a day after you plant them? Like, still not up yet? Nope. I already know I'm not alone in that. And then here is a banana plant. Banana, you call them banana trees. I think technically banana plants are herbs. But anyway, this is a banana plant. I actually bought this in Ohio in September. And it's been in my house. And my cats were digging in it. So we stuck it out here. But that's also going to go in there. Until it's warm enough, and then I'll plant it out. So that particular kind of banana, it's really neat because it has like red streaks on the leaves, but I was told that it won't bear fruit here. But then I did see at Wingard's, and I meant to grab one. I saw it before I went and got a cart, and then I forgot it when I went back around, but I saw that they had Hearty Bananas, and I would like to get some Hearty Bananas growing. Maybe I'll just stick them in my high tunnel so maybe they could get a little earlier start. That's exciting to me. I have so many plans to grow things that I've never been able to grow before this year because I was in zone 7 in Arkansas, and this is zone 8, which means it doesn't get as cold in the winter. It has nothing to do with the growing season and any stuff like that, but because it doesn't get as cold in the winter, I can grow certain things here, like kumquats and pomegranates. There are certain pomegranates that grow well here, and that is thrilling to me. Well, guys, thank you for going on this little adventure with me and hanging out with me today, yesterday. Anytime you hang out with me, thank you. I bless you. Until next time.